Welcome to the show. It's time to get hyped. Dynasty253, we're coming in live, bringing you the best from our corner of the world. Stories and laughs about to be unfurled.
I'll find one that works eventually, I swear.
Oh, Jesus.
That's a good one. All right.
Hey, guys, welcome back to the Dynasty253 podcast, where your fantasy trash talk finally gets the audience it deserves. I'm Chris, a.k.a. the Cursed Commish, your commissioner, and joined by Rob, a.k.a. Air Jordan, your co-commissioner. This episode, we're going to do something a little different from the interviews that we've done. We're going to be doing a week one matchup show. Just kind of talk about everybody's matchups, who we think's going to do well, trash talk the people that we think we're going to do bad, and go from there.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think it'll be a fun way to start it off. Kind of give us an idea of what we'll do throughout the season for the weekly matchups, the Tuesday night shows.
Right.
Talk about winners, losers, and this way we can kind of project and see who's going to win each matchup.
Yeah, effectively we'll have a pick 'em, but we won't keep track of it. I don't need one more reason to lose. So
I mean, going by your record the last few seasons, you've had plenty of reasons to lose.
Yeah. I need to find a season where I'm not actively trying to find a new way to tank. So maybe this is the year. I mean, looking at week one matchups, definitely not the start we're looking for. But certainly need to find a way not to be helping you create new rules to avoid tanking. So
yeah, well, I mean, new rules for tanking, new rules for trades, whatever it may be. We're always going to come up with new rules.
Yeah, I just need them not to be focused on me directly. So
or me. Let's focus on everybody else but us.
Yeah, we're going to focus everybody us today. All right.
Yeah, we're focusing on everybody else.
So it seems fair. We'll start with our matchups, right? Mine and yours.
Okay.
So I'm going to be playing Tyler coming week one. I'm getting pretty excited about this. Based on sleeper, I'm going to go ahead and need quite a bit of help. Looks like they've got Jaden Daniels coming in above me, and then pretty much everything else Tyler has is going to beat me out. I think I've got him, assuming Rashid Rice even shows up, right? I think he's got his suspension got pushed out, or his date got pushed out on his suspension. So I might get him that week. So that's probably like the one shining light I have in here, taking a peek through all of it. And I mean, RJ Harvey, he knows if he's going to play, and maybe I got him in kicker. But we're talking about the big positions here, right? So the running backs, the wide receivers, it looks like he's got me. So myself, I think that they've got Caleb Johnson predicted a little bit low. I think he's going to get a little bit more time in there as the main back. I know Pittsburgh loves to run. So I think they've got him ranked kind of low. I do feel like I agree with most everything else here, though. I think Tony Pollard, despite what I think he was supposed to be in Tennessee, turned out to not be that at all. And so I think the big move in Tennessee, they're looking to go to Tajay Spears as soon as possible. And so I'm not too hot on Pollard. Like I am with all my running backs, right? I've gone to the season. We've talked multiple podcasts where I need to improve my running backs. And it just kind of really starts to show looking at all the matchups I've got this year, where that seems to be the position I struggle at the most.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Devontae Smith is probably pretty accurate. Goddard. I mean, yeah, for the most part, I think everyone's accurate. I think George Pickens is going to be kind of a boomer bust, right? I could see him putting up 4 or 5 points. I could see him putting up 20. I think it really depends on what defense they're playing and then how CeeDee Lamb is covered. So,
for sure.
Have you taken any time to look at this matchup, Chris? Got thoughts on it?
I'm looking at it now. Kind of glanced, through everybody's matchups, kind of see what everybody's looking at. I mean, if you want to break it down by, each starting player, I mean, obviously Tyler going with Jaden Daniels, like he's going to be a top 3, top 4 quarterback on the year regardless.
Yeah, probably.
So I'd say he got you beat there. So the projection, I don't really take the projections there too seriously, but definitely have him ahead of Jordan Love. I agree with that.
Yeah, it's certainly hard with quarterbacks, right? Because their points are so dynamic.
Yeah. Yeah. And then looking at the rest, I mean, James Cook just signed that new deal, so that's big for him and the Bills. Scrolling down a little bit, it's kind of ironic that you face him in week 1 because in his flex spot is Jalen Warren. So you got Caleb Johnson for you, Jalen Warren for him. So you guys are going to be vulturing each other for those running back touches in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, right. I'm hoping for the touchdowns. If I only get one half, I'll take the third downs and the touchdowns.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, the Rashee Rice, like, if he comes back off the injury the way he started out last year, it could be really good. I have my own thoughts about whether or not he should be playing to start the season, but
I think a lot of people have thoughts on whether he should be playing to
Yeah.
start the season.
But I mean, that's neither here or there. If he's active, you're playing him. There's no doubt about that.
That's Rashee Rice, everybody. Keep an eye on him.
There you go. You know, looking down, like, you know, down on the bench, he's got Joe Mixon, who's still injured. So who knows if he's going to be back for week 1. I kind of doubt it. But
yeah, I've got Joe
be,
Mixon out for a while. I'm pretty sure he's not going to be back anytime soon.
Yeah, but he could be really good. He was last year.
I mean, he's Joe Mixon, right? He's still good.
Yep. I'm surprised you don't have Coleman in one of your starting spots.
Yeah, so that's a good point. It's really going to depend. So it may go back to Keon Coleman over RJ Harvey. But right now, I mean, that trade showed I'm hot on Harvey right now. And so I kind of want to see what they decide to do with him. I know he's in a committee and Dobbins is still listed as the starter.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then Dobbins doesn't usually get injured right away. He usually waits a little while. So it depends on how much they plan to utilize Harvey. I think that'll change it. It would be Keon Coleman typically. I still think he's got Josh Allen throwing to him. I still think he's one of the guys. But kind of one of the things I'm worried about coming in this matchup is what Matthew Golden does. So that Green Bay wide receiver squad is pretty banged up.
Mm-hmm.
So Jaden Reed's busted. Romeo Dobbs has an injury. Obviously, Christian Watson's on the pup. So you're talking Matthew Golden competing with Dontavian Wicks and Malik Heath. So Golden's basically, his breakout game might be game 1, and we're playing Detroit. So there's a good chance we're going to have to score some points. So I think that's one of the biggest sleepers. Like 9 points, I don't think so. I don't see it coming in that low.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely wouldn't put Coleman in for week 1 against Baltimore Ravens defense.
Right. Well, that's kind of the hope, is that Harvey gets to play Tennessee in.
Yeah. But you got George Pickens in one of your flex spots. Do you Pickens over, they're playing, Dallas playing Philadelphia. Do you have thoughts of throwing Austin Eckler? He's playing the Giants into your flex for week 1.
It's possible, but it would go over Harvey. I think Pickens is going to be in a shootout. Okay. So my thoughts are, hopefully CeeDee Lamb gets super covered and they got to go. I mean, Pickens is still good. Yeah. Right? I have the only thing that sucks too, he's on a Thursday. So you kind of have to make the decision really early.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm kind of hoping for a shootout, right? Between Goddard and Pickens and Devontae Smith. Shootout's going to be bad. The Eagles don't love throwing the ball, and they have some really good people that can run it, which causes problems. But I wouldn't be surprised if Devontae gets quite a bit of stuff. And Goddard gets, his 7 sounds about right. Maybe a tud and 15 or one touchdown for 15 yards or something like that. But I think Pickens is going to be essential to Dallas trying to stay in that game. So
I could see that.
Eckler's such a hard play because he does boom or bust pretty aggressively.
Yeah. So, looking at things, I think it's right having Tyler favored to beat you in this week 1 matchup. I agree with that. Because you're still in the rebuilding process.
We're very
you got
much
a lot
in
of
the
young
rebuild.
guys. So it makes sense that Tyler's favored. he's actually beaten you 3 out of the 4 times you guys have faced each other.
I was gonna say we can pop that up real quick.
Yeah, if you had a League Legacy. Yep.
Yeah, League Legacy. Dynasty253 podcast brought to you by League Legacy. Game
And
Center.
Fantasy
There we
Calc.
go. So if we go to the Game Center, we can look at kind of the week 1 matchups, how we've matched up previously. I've only beaten Tyler's team 1 time. And I mean that's kind of common though. I've only beaten most people 1 time.
Yeah.
But historically, you can look at the last matchup there, 79 to 135. I did not show up.
No.
I would like to at least break 100 this time, and I might call that a W. Just getting over 100 against Tyler.
At least break 90. Come on.
Yeah, this is bad. So they're like, "Oh, he beat you by 10." I'm like, "Well, he beat me by 50 before." So,
and that's
10
not
would
even
be
the
a win.
worst. We'll get into the worst one actually next.
I was gonna say okay. Anyway.
But yeah, so now League Legacy has a lot of cool features to it. I use it quite a bit, mentioned it quite a bit on the show. After seeing some of this, I think Rob will actually probably start using it a little bit more often.
I don't need to know who's beat me, Chris.
No, but let's look for the rest of the league.
I don't need an app to tell me who beat me.
All right, so yeah, I'm predicting Tyler taking the 1-0.
Yeah, as much as it sucks, I've got Tyler beating me too. I'd like to keep it close. I don't see it. I think he's going to pull that one out. I've got Tyler at about 130 in this one, and myself around 110.
See, I think he'll come in under that 130. I mean, Sleeper's got him at 117. I could see right around there between 105 and 115, be my guess.
Okay. It's a segment we should add, over-under, on the projections.
Yeah, we can do that.
All right, so Sleeper's got him at 117, over or under?
Yep.
I think you said under, right? 105
I'm going
to 115?
under.
Okay,
yep.
I've got him on over.
All right.
All right, so we'll predict the winner, and then we'll predict the over or under.
Okay.
Sounds good to me. All right.
That works. All right, so let's go to the
next matchup.
Next matchup, we'll go with myself versus Team Failboat Captain, my buddy Keith.
Yeah, Keith looks like he's going to catch the shaft on this one. I think you're projected the highest points for the first week, right? I think
first
of
or
everybody.
second.
Yeah. Definitely coming in strong. And I mean, that's not crazy, right? We've had that conversation in 3 separate podcasts where people think you're going to pull this one off all the way to the end. So it's not crazy to see, Sleeper getting in line with that. We all know your squad's pretty powerful. So, 17 points for Christian McCaffrey, first game back from McCaff injury. What are we thinking on that, Chris?
You look at the 49ers roster right now with all their wide receivers being injured. So who's their offense? It's Christian McCaffrey. It's George Kittle.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it. That's all you have. The fact that all of the backup running backs have been injured. I mean, I know Isaac Guerrero just came back from, I think, a shoulder injury, I believe. But their rookie that they drafted, Jordan James, he's injured. I know they signed Amir Abdullah. He's injured. So all the backup running backs are injured. So it's going to be the CMC show. It's going to be him and Kittle, and that's pretty much it.
Right. Coming into it, there's just not a ton of people there. What about Pearsall? Is he injured too? Did I miss that one?
No, he's back from what I've heard, and he could be really good breakout candidate, but he played, 4 games last year as a rookie after getting shot in the chest?
Hey, man, that's a dog move, though.
Oh, yeah, I give it to him.
You shot me in the chest. I'm playing 0 football games. I promise you.
Right? Dislocate my pinky and I won't play any football games.
So given this is becoming a trend, we don't need players to get shot before the season.
No, that's
Brian
2 seasons
Robinson
in a row.
took one in the leg. Yeah.
Yep.
Good gravy. Or the butt. I think he got shot in his ass. So, you know what? Whether he did or didn't, you can take it here. That's solid news. 100% fact checked. Brian Robinson got shot in the butt.
Yeah, at least he wasn't pulling a Plaxico Burress.
Yeah, you're not. If you shoot yourself, it's bad. That's embarrassing.
Yeah, but I mean, Keith's rolling with Saquon Barkley, who's also projected at 17.55 points. Like, Keith beat me twice last year because of Saquon Barkley.
And I honestly don't know how we let him get Barkley and Bijan. I'm not sure where we screwed that one up.
I don't know. But
that was hell of a running back team. hell of a running back team. So,
You know, we'll see. I know they got Genty projected at 13. Seems about right for first game.
For a first game, yeah. And we saw he has some truckability. I think he's got some ball carrying issues. When he tried to reach over that goal line, I saw some remnants of Boise State, right? You can run with the ball a little bit far away from your body. You don't have to worry so much about the punch outs. So I think if he can get some of that Boise State out of him, he can probably do just fine. I don't like Neighbors at 12. I think that's low.
I think it's low as well. But I think they're just basing that off of the Washington secondary and Russell Wilson at quarterback.
Yeah, but like Neighbors just needs like 1 or 2 bombs. You know, he'll bring it in. You know, there's certain wide receivers on your team that if they got a bomb, it's 50-50, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think Malik Neighbors is one of them. So
no. I mean, he had like 170 targets last year.
That's
he gets 170 targets this year, like with the likes of, you know, who was it? Daniel Jones last year.
It was Daniel Jones there last year,
yeah. Tommy Cutlets was throwing. Like, he had some trash quarterbacks. So Russell Wilson's definitely step up from that.
I mean, that's
100%.
a massive improvement. Absolutely. As much as people want to dog on Russ and say, you know, maybe he's done or washed or whatever, definitely a massive step up from where he was. So,
yep. So, yeah, I think that 12 is a little low. I think it should be closer to 15.
Yeah, probably.
Be my guess. Facing off against Nico Collins, who's just a stud when he's healthy.
Nico Collins an absolute stud.
Yep. So, to me, they're pretty much, I mean, if you look at going back out like running backs, Saquon and CMC, kind of a wash if CMC's healthy. I'd say it's a wash.
If he plays, yeah.
Yeah, if he plays like he can, Saquon plays like he can, I'd say it's a wash. Pretty even. Genty and Bijan, right now I give the edge to Bijan just because we haven't seen Genty in first NFL game. But talent-wise, I think they're on par with each other.
Ooh, that's a take. Okay.
I think they are. Neighbors and Nico, again, pretty much a wash, in my opinion.
Yeah, kind of looking through it, it looks like the matchup might come down to the third string wide receiver, the tight ends, the flex, and the quarterback.
Yeah.
I definitely think your flex is stronger with Taylor and Hall.
Yes,
DK,
over
though,
Jennings.
I DK at 9.5. I've got mass over on that. I put him closer to 13, 15, somewhere in there. Yep. There's nobody else there to throw the ball to. And as much, again, back to the concept of washed up quarterbacks and people want to, you know, dog Aaron Rodgers. If he only has one receiver, we know what he'll do with it, right? Yep. He'll just sit there and feed it as long as he can. I think Bowers obviously has the edge on Njoku. Not especially that Njoku's not talented, but with Joe Flacco throwing to him. Although
with
Bowers,
Joe Flacco, he did really well.
Oh, because Gino's in
yep,
Vegas
Gino's
now,
in Vegas. The one that scares me is Breece Hall.
Right.
With the way that they're doing the running back situation with New York right now, that scares me.
Right. There's a whole lot of oh my goodness, I can't think of his name all of a sudden.
You got Braylon Allen.
Yeah, Braylon Allen's getting a lot of carries. Yeah.
Yep. So, but I was listening again, you know, me at work listening to the podcast. One of them, and I can't remember if it was, can't remember the podcast now that I was listening to, but they were talking about how Brian Robinson was put on the trade block by the Commanders.
The Commanders, yeah. Not the other team you were going to say.
Yeah, like, why don't you just trade him to New York straight up for Breece Hall?
Right, and then they can eat Breece Hall's contract?
Yep. Well, Breece Hall, this is the final year of his contract. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So next year, like, they're going to, whoever has him is going to have to pick him up, right? So it'll be on Washington to pick up his contract.
Yeah, but you figure Breece Hall with Jaden Daniels. Okay, I like that.
Yeah, that's a good combo.
Yeah. Kickers, I don't know why they have Chase McLaughlin like 0.25 points less than Brandon Aubrey.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. Kickers are always weird, right? They're usually like, I don't know, they're somewhere here. They're between 8 and 11 points. That's what you get. with a kicker.
Yep.
And then kickers never do what they're supposed to do, right? They're never like 9 and you get 9. They go 9, you get 3. They go, 7, you get 25.
Yep.
It really just depends on the night.
Yeah. I mean, really, the biggest discrepancy as far as points right now in our matchup is at quarterback, where he's got
Absolutely.
Drake May against the Raiders, and I have Herbert against the Chiefs, but I actually might switch that out and go with Trevor Lawrence against Carolina.
Carolina's kind of a dog. Yeah,
So
I could see why you would do that.
Trevor's projected at 21.83 compared to the 19.75 for Herbert. Might be T-Law over Herbert for week 1 at least.
That's an interesting play. Trevor Lawrence has kind of been like that quarterback, though, for the last couple of years where you're like, why aren't you better?
Yeah, but I think getting Travis Hunter in the second year, Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah, there you go.
The new head coach, I think that'll help.
I say run it. Put him in.
Yeah, I think I will. What scares me about Herbert, like, he's my boy. Love that guy. Chiefs defense really good. It's the Friday game. They're playing in Brazil. Remember the last time we had a game in Brazil? The field was just trash.
Yeah, I might actually really agree with you on that one.
I think I'm going to go with T-Law over Herbert.
Yeah, you got a rivalry matchup in another country on a Friday. I don't think there's much that says play somebody else than that.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, league history-wise, Keith and I we're dead even at 2 matchups apiece. I started out 2-0, and he's beat me the last 2 last season. So
he walloped you last time too. Holy crap!
Oh, yeah.
60 points.
That was
Good
a
Lord.
bad week. Really
bad week. I didn't know you had, because you did really well last year. Was that like a bye week? Do you remember?
Yeah, I think I had a lot of people on bye that week. I can't remember what week it was.
85 points, man. That's that's low.
Let me see here. See if
Not that I can talk trash, but
see if I can pull it up. Yeah, I'd have to go through and do. I think I had a lot of people on bye that week, but
that would happen, right?
Yeah, it happens.
Certainly, and it's 1 week, but
So can't complain too much. But yeah, I think I have me pulling this one out.
I've got you, but I've got you under. I think both teams score under. I think a lot of it is so based on so few players putting up big points.
Yeah.
Coming into week 1. Yeah, I've got you pulling the edge, but I've got you under 133.
Yeah, I'm go under 133 as well. I think Keith will finish under the 124. So I'd say I'd probably be closer to that 124, and he'd probably be at the 118 would be my guess.
All right.
We'll see run that back, see how that works out.
Yeah, so we can always look back and go, whoops. There's going to be a whoops,
Absolutely.
We're going to massively drop the ball on one of these. Fingers crossed it's mine. All right.
All right, so which matchup do you want to get into next?
So next matchup, we got Jimmy and Christian. So we're coming in off the bat, obvious advantage, Jalen Hurts with that tush push over Bo Nix.
Yes.
I think Bo Nix is a baller. I just think Jalen Hurts has a massive advantage that, to be fair, no other quarterback has. Christian's definitely got him in the running back spot.
Oh, yeah, especially with Najee Harris not even going to be playing in week 1.
Right. Yeah, you're kind of in a spot, right? So obviously, I think Najee Harris will come out, so we can go down there and take a peek and see what we're going to be actually looking at.
You're looking at Ray Davis or Raheem Mostert.
Carter.
Does he have, let's see, Jimmy's team. Who's he got in his flexes? Oh, he's got Kyle Pitts and Darnell Mooney.
Kyle Pitts, man.
He doesn't even have a running back that he could pull from his flex to put in that second spot.
Yeah, so he's looking at a backup running back, unfortunately. So he's going to need to pull from quite a few other places, right? So maybe he gets that worthy couple deep bombs
Yep.
on that Friday game. Looking and I said this in our first episode, right? I think Christian has one of the strongest teams in the league.
Yeah, you
I did
predicted him
predict
to
him to
win.
win. Yep, and I stand by that. I think the team is just so freaking solid, right? So Gibbs is an absolute dog. Henry's a dog. Thomas is a dog. Hurts is a dog. Devontae Adams, as old as he is, getting to play opposite Puka Nacua, assuming Matthew Stafford's back, gets better. I think it
That's a
will. It's
big
Matthews,
if.
but it's Matthew Stafford, right? The guy will play with a broken back. We go back to, was it his last year in Detroit? Like he tried to play and they took his pads away from him, so he
Yep.
couldn't go out and play with a busted back. You know, he's a baller and he wants to play. So I think Devontae. I mean, even Jimmy Garoppolo can still probably find Devontae Adams, even though maybe Jimmy Garoppolo will try to make up for the bad blood.
May send Devontae to the hospital, but
Yeah, I mean Devontae's pretty smart not to get himself into a hospital situation, but certainly, certainly, I think he would pull up knowing well he's been in the league long enough.
Yeah.
A fun one is Hawkinson, right? They've got him at 7 points, and I think he's coming off an injury not too long ago.
Yeah, he
And
was out
so-
last year. Was it an ACL or something?
It was something.
Came back from it was a pretty serious injury, if I remember right.
We can Google it really quick if we want to.
I'm looking through it. Go ahead and keep talking. I'll see if I can find something.
But this is it's interesting, right? There's just no hope he returns to former glory. And I mean, yeah, he was injured, but you know, he's still young in tight end, in the tight end world. And Addison's not playing, but he still has Jefferson out there running routes, right? He's going to demand a lot of attention. And then Aaron Jones loves to come out of the backfield. He's not just like, you know, a flats guy, right? He'll come out and run full-blown routes for you. So I think it's interesting to have him that low. I think, you know, as a return game, because I'm pretty sure this is Hawks' first game in a while.
Yep.
So as a return game against a division rival on a Monday night, you know, it's the complete opposite of what's going on with the Chargers, right? This is, you know, he wants to show up. He wants to show out. I think Hawk's going to get quite a few more points than that. So Pacheco at 9. Debo is maybe. I don't know what Debo's going to do.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. He looked good last night in the preseason game from what I saw.
I mean, he's Debo Samuel. Like, it's definitely in there still, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think overall, though, looking through it, Ridley's kind of a hard one to understand what he's going to do. McBride, obviously, complete dog. Pitts, all the talent in the world. I think at some point this season, if Penix is the starter, I think Kyle Pitts becomes who we think Kyle Pitts was always supposed to be.
Yeah.
I think we talked about him in a previous podcast too. Still very young, despite having been a bust for 10 years. He's only 24.
Yeah, we talked about it with Jimmy when we had Jimmy on. Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
I'm not really sure how, but only 4 years in the league. He's still very young and still very talented. So I think the 6 is just based on the history of Kyle Pitts, but I think we'll see Kyle Pitts kind of come out this year.
Yeah, looking at Jimmy's team, honestly, like I'd scrap Pitts and or Mooney, maybe both, and throw in Pearsall and either Trey Harris or Emeka Egbuka in the flex spots. That would be the move that I would make. Because I think Egbuka is going to, Egbuka, Emeka Egbuka.
There you
I
go.
think he's going to be a
That's good enough.
stud down in Tampa Bay.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, because Chris Godwin's starting on the PUP list, so he's going to be out for the first 4 weeks. He's going to be an absolute stud.
Yeah.
So, Jimmy, if you're watching, put Egbuka in your flex spot. Absolutely.
Yeah, I like Ricky Pearsall too. I'm hot on Ricky Pearsall.
Because I'd take Pearsall over Mooney for sure in a flex spot.
I think so, but I have a hard time. I mean, outside of Bijan Robinson, I have a hard time with knowing who to play in Atlanta.
It's Bijan and Drake London. That's who you play.
Okay. If I had Drake London, it would be an obvious one, but
like,
it definitely
those are the
seems like
two.
their offense runs through, you know, those two and their kicker. So
Yep. Yeah.
But yeah. So overall, I think Easy, this one goes to Christian. Sorry, Jimmy. 128. I think it's on. I'd go just over.
So you're going over.
I think it's just over.
Okay, so you're
I
putting
think Christian's top scorer this week, or in week 1.
okay. All right, so you're putting him over me and Keith for the top scorer.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, this can be 30 easily, right? I think both these are relatively accurate. This can be 20. This can be 15. Hawkinson can get you 12. Like, there's just points in there. Only one of them goes just 4 or 5 points above what they're supposed to be projected. I think it's super easy and doable.
So what's Jalen projected at?
25.
3, 4. So he went over 25 7 times last year.
How do you do against Dallas?
Let's see. He did. When do you play Dallas? Week 10, he put up 34. And then he didn't play when they played in week 17 because I think he was injured.
So he put up 34 on them last year. So going over 25 doesn't seem outrageous. Plus, it's a home game.
Yeah. But I think they're just going to run Saquon into the ground.
Oh, yeah, until they get to the 1 yard line. Would Saquon have, I think they said he got stopped at the 1 like 15 times last year or something like that. And then Hurts punched it in.
Which, for me, I hope that continues. I hope Saquon still stops at the 1 and they let Hurts punch it in for my matchup. Like, give me that all day.
I say, how'd that feel, Keith? Just watching your guy get stuffed at the 1 and then they just give it to the quarterback and shove him in. That sounds rough.
Yeah, I think Jalen could easily get to 25, especially with Dallas if they don't sign Micah Parsons.
Yeah, and he sounds like he wants out. So
yeah, I can see that 25. Gibbs versus Green Bay, I can see that 16.
I was going to say,
Henry will get
our
that.
defense in the preseason.
Yep.
We had that bend and break off our defense. So
yeah,
they gave up 90 yards to the Colts on 12 plays.
I think the two that are questionable for Christian's team is Pacheco and Debo.
Yeah, I'm super questionable on Debo. If he goose egged, I wouldn't be completely surprised.
Yeah, but I mean,
Pacheco though, he can go. Yeah, that's that same issue we talked about, right?
Yep.
He's playing on a Friday. He's playing in Brazil. And like you said, that ground is bad.
It is, and I think the Chiefs want to throw more. I know they've talked about wanting to have more big plays that they haven't had since they traded Tyreek.
Yeah, and they've got the receivers to do it too. So
yep. So
there's
might
no
be
question around that.
But okay, I could see that 128.
All right, so 128, just below, above. Where you at?
I'm going just under.
Okay.
I'm going under. I think he'll be a top 3 scorer of the week. I'm not going to put him at 1. I have too many questions marks about, Stafford's health with Devontae, because Puka's still going to be the number 1.
Absolutely.
TJ Hawkinson could be good. I know that Bears defense is really good. And then question marks with Debo and Pacheco. So I go just under.
Okay. Should look like a 125-ish.
I don't think Jimmy's going to crack 100. I think that's an under. That's
kind of how it is when you're like 100 with some single digits.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you could put up 85, as we saw before, like I did last time against Tyler. It could be done. All right.
Yep.
So next up, Derek and Chapin. Now, Chapin's got Caleb Williams, so it's over. He can't win.
Yeah.
3 shots at Chapin, everybody. Come on the pod.
Derek's running Josh Allen. Yeah, I
think the edge definitely goes to Josh Allen. I think they've got it pretty well covered in here.
Yep, Derek's got that covered. Running backs, Jacobs versus Achane.
Can we talk about what's going on with Achane? Because he's injured, right?
Calf injury. I heard it today on a podcast. It is a calf injury.
Okay, so he will not practice with the Dolphins at all this week. He recently suffered a calf injury, and although doesn't seem too concerned about his availability for week 1, the exact severity of the injury is yet to be announced. Okay,
Yep.
so we don't
But
know. So there's not a lot of concern around it, but we're not sure.
Remember what player last year had a calf injury that the team was not very concerned about?
Yeah, I had him. I drafted him number 1 overall in my redraft.
Yeah. So I think there is possibly some question marks there.
Yeah, it's always weird when they don't announce what it
Yeah.
is, right? Like they like to come out quickly and be like, "No, he's fine."
Yeah.
You know?
No. If he plays, he'll be a stud against Indy. No doubt about that.
Oh, absolutely. Right. Although Josh Jacobs versus Detroit 14 is interesting.
I'd go lower than that.
I think so. And that's my own boy, right? But
Yep.
that's a rough defense. And it's just a really good team. And I think we're gonna have to throw the ball really early on.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And Matt LaFleur is, for whatever reason, he seems fine abandoning the run game. At least he did really well under Rodgers. Not as much with Jordan Love, but he seems fine to go away from it and kind of make himself one-dimensional.
Yep.
Kyron Williams, 14. I like that. Hampton is going to get his chance to play.
Hampton is going to. He's going to start, and I don't think he's going to relinquish it, to be honest with you. I think they'll work Najee in from time to time when he gets back, but I think Hampton's going to sew up the starting running back role.
Wouldn't that be incredible?
Yeah.
Just roll in day one and take it.
What worries me, though, is losing Rashawn Slater.
Mm-hmm.
Losing our left tackle to season injury.
Our left tackle's
that's going to
important.
hurt. Well, thankfully, they're sliding Joe Alt over to left tackle, but they're putting Trey Pipkins in right tackle, who's mediocre at best.
I mean, I feel like I'm mediocre on your left side, so.
Yeah, well, good thing Joe Alt's not mediocre.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're going to put a mediocre tackle in, put him on the side the quarterback can see on.
Exactly. And so you got, they have Mekhi Becton now at guard on the right side, so that'll help. But going against the Kansas City defense, that might be a rough first week for a rookie.
Oh, I imagine. Right.
So if he doesn't get into the end zone, he's not getting that 11.7 or 9.7.
Right. That's very touchdown dependent.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
I think he'll be like 65 to 75 yards on the ground and maybe a catch or two.
Yeah. So very touchdown dependent.
Yep. I don't think he'll get to that 12 mark without a touchdown.
Justin Jefferson. Kyron's going to do what Kyron does.
Yeah. Kyron's just steady.
I don't have questions on that one.
Yep.
I do have questions on the next two, though. AJ Brown and Justin Jefferson. And I know it sounds insane to talk about Jay Jetta having some issues. But there's definitely some questions around JJ McCarthy.
Oh, absolutely.
And without Addison, they can definitely kind of team up on Jefferson.
Mm-hmm.
And if they get to JJ fast, and they rush him pretty good, I don't know. It's interesting. It's not even if Jefferson doesn't do well, I don't think it's his fault, right? I think that there's just so many questions around quarterback, and then kind of the same thing with AJ Brown, right? AJ Brown's an absolute dog, but Jalen Hurts isn't the quarterback he is because he throws the ball really well, right? He has other dynamics to him that make him who he is, right? That make him that premier quarterback in fantasy, if you will, right? And so, AJ Brown's been passed around quite a bit, actually. I traded him to you and you traded him off to Derek.
Yep.
But I remember it's weeks, right? You get 20, you get 5.
Yeah.
Right. It's so all over the place. So it's like the 12 almost seems like an average. They're not even projecting it. They're just saying, like, on average, this is what you can expect to get from him at the end of the season. If you divided it by, 16, like that's what you would get.
Yeah,
so,
I can see that.
17. I missed it. We added a game.
Yeah, and it's funny that both of them are dealing with hamstring injuries right now.
Yeah, that's also kind of humorous.
So, I mean, edge-wise, I think it's a push. I don't think either side really has an edge.
I would give it to AJ Brown just because I think there's so many questions around McCarthy.
I could see that. I don't think
And the
I'd
Dallas
give
defense kind of sucks, and the Bears defense is pretty good.
true, but Philadelphia, I believe, was the least amount of pass attempts last year, so that hurts AJ Brown. Plus,
Oh,
you
absolutely.
have Devontae Smith in there as well, the other wide receiver. Where
Yep.
who are the Vikings going to play? Naylor with
Okay.
Addison being out for 3 games.
Yeah.
So the volume's going to go to JJ. There's no doubt about that.
Absolutely. It's just if he's the guy in front of the ball when it gets there, you know,
True.
or, you know, McCarthy's not on the ground. But I agree. Volume wise, I definitely say Jefferson has the edge. General overall, though, I think AJ Brown's just got the better matchup, the better quarterback. So I'd give him the edge.
Yeah, I
All
can
right.
see that.
Moving on from that one.
So you're looking at, your Jameson Williams versus Marvin Harrison Jr. They both projected it right around 10.5. Seems about right.
It seems about right.
Even
New
there.
Orleans is garbage. Green Bay secondary has a ton of questions in it.
Yeah.
If you want, you know, a better scare story than the Green Bay Packers defense, Bo Melton, who used to play wide receiver for them, has moved over to cornerback. So
I heard that.
That's how we're doing at defensive back. So obviously Xavier McKinney is still incredible, but he can only cover so much of the field. So Corey Ballantyne is fine, but there's quite a few holes in that secondary, and then the pass rush hasn't been promising these last couple games. So I think there's a lot of room for Jameson Williams to play.
Yeah.
I think Amon-Ra is obviously going to wipe the floor with us, but I think there's going to be plenty of volume for Jameson Williams too.
Yeah.
I'm not projecting this to go well for the Packers, not based off these last two, you know, unless we get to play Indy's third stringers again with Sean Clifford, then maybe we'll win. But
yeah, I mean, and Jameson's that big play threat, whether it's, running a reverse or just that deep bomb. Like, I think he could scorch your secondary a couple times.
Yep.
So it would not surprise me if JMO actually outscores Marvin Harrison Jr., because I still think the Cardinals offense runs through Trey McBride and James Conner.
Yep.
Next wide receiver battle is Travis Hunter versus DJ Moore. I'd actually lean towards Travis Hunter.
I think he's got
DJ Moore.
I think he's got a better setup.
Yeah.
On top of getting to play Carolina, I just think we get to play opposite Brian Thomas. I think he just has an advantage there.
Yeah, the only thing that's going to hurt him. What's that?
Oh, it's good. Go ahead.
So the only thing that hurts him is how much is he going to play defense?
None.
You think he's going to be a full-time wide receiver?
Yeah, I don't think they brought him in unless they absolutely need someone on defense, but it's the NFL. I think you'd be a fool to let someone play both ways.
I think he's going to at least try it. So I wouldn't be surprised if he played.
It seems so outrageous.
75% on offense and then play like third down nickel packages on defense.
Okay.
So
I mean, certainly something to watch.
Yeah.
But I don't know why you would want your wide receiver to get gassed on defense too, but okay. Seems like a silly decision.
Have you seen their defensive backs?
Yeah, you make a fair point.
Yep. That's why. Tight ends.
This is a joke, right?
Kraft.
Kraft's going to kill Muth.
Yeah. It's Kraft.
I don't even, why they have him so close is kind of outrageous to me. There's a lot of tight end play in Pittsburgh. There's not a ton of tight end play in Green Bay, and loves going through Kraft.
Yep.
So on the same topic, I think the Michael Pittman score is insanely low.
Yes.
Yeah, they had that stat the other day. Michael Pittman is 25 catches away from breaking into the top 5 in Indianapolis Colts history. So we're talking people like Reggie Wayne and Marvin Harrison. He's being in the same conversation with them. And they've got him at 7.6. Like, unless they're saying Anthony Richardson's just that bad. No, that score's way low. He should be double digits easily.
Yeah, I think Olave is. He's.
Are you
Yeah,
gonna say dead accurate? Because I think it's dead accurate. I think
I
there's
was
just
gonna
too many
actually
questions at quarterback.
maybe a little over.
Okay.
I think that projection is a little high. I could be absolutely wrong because he's talented when he's healthy, but quarterback play in New Orleans and his concussion history, that scares me.
Yeah, I think, and it almost seems like they got Shaheed at 7-2. So maybe it's
funny.
just one of the wide receivers is going to get 7. They're just projecting. One of them is going to get it.
Yeah, and I don't think either one of them gets it.
No, I don't think they've got the quarterback figured out at all.
No,
I think
I
their
think
offense
it's going to
still has
be
too many questions.
Yeah, it's Kamara. That's their offense.
Obviously, yeah.
Like, that's what they got. So, I mean, yeah. Trevion Henderson for Chapin, he's going to be a stud.
Yeah, I've got him. He's over 9. I'd probably put him 13-14, which sucks having Ramondre Stevenson, but that's the way she goes.
I still think Ramondre is going to get run.
I think he's going to get some runs, but I'm pretty sure his days as the 1 are over. If they're not over, the writing's on the wall. He's got too many fumbling issues. He got benched last year for it, and Henderson's he's been showing out.
Yeah, I think Ramondre will still have a lot of the goal line carries, though. Because Henderson's
I hope so. I'll take touchdowns. That's fine. You can keep my guy, ungassed.
I mean, Henderson's 5'10", 202.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He's not small, per se. But when you look at Ramondre, let me see here. Where did you put Ramondre? Ramondre is 6'2", 227.
Yeah, a little bigger.
So I'd say they're still going to run Ramondre.
25 pounds bigger.
Yeah. I'd be
and it's
a
not
whole
in
lot
his belly.
Yeah.
It's
not like us.
No, not a fatty. Not a fatty. He's got that muscle on there.
Yep.
So I'd be fine if he only got, the goal line snags. Give me the Jamal Williams treatment of New Orleans a few years back. I'll take that. That's fine. A guy that rushes 25 times and has 25 touchdowns, I'm good.
Yeah.
That's obviously not the real stat. Okay, no one call me on it, but it was very few rushes for very more touchdowns. So,
yeah.
And then kickers do kicker stuff. I don't know. Looking at that one, I'm giving the advantage to Gay. I think Washington smokes the Giants.
Yeah, I could see that, but are they going to smoke them based on field goals, or are they going to score touchdowns on them? Because if they're not kicking field goals, I think they're going
to move the ball enough that they don't have to push it, and that's why Gay gets more kicks.
See, I think Bass is going to outscore Gay. Personally.
All right. I mean, it makes sense. Buffalo's going to score, but I think Buffalo-Baltimore's a low-scoring game.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm
21-17, maybe. Is that a low score? I don't know. What do we count a low score as? Under 20? Both teams under 20?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. So close to low-scoring game is my projection on that one.
Yeah. So who do you got heads up? I mean, it's a pretty even projection at Derek at 116, Chapin at 118.
As much as I just said it is going to be a close game and low scoring, I think I give Derek the advantage. Based on Josh Allen, I think, like you said, Hampton is touchdown dependent, but I think he'll get that touchdown. I think Williams has a ton of potential in that game. I think Hunter can do really well. Obviously, I think Muth is about right, maybe at 5, maybe 3. But Pittman, I think Pittman's where he pulls it out. I think Pittman is significantly underrated in this matchup.
So side note on that, you heard that the Colts came out and named Daniel Jones the starter, right?
I don't care. It's Michael Pittman.
Okay.
I mean, it was, oh goodness gracious. It was Richardson last year, right? And then, Mustache took over, right?
Yep. Minshew.
And Pittman was still getting it done with Minshew. So, I mean, if Pittman can run fast enough, Daniel Jones can get it to him. So,
yeah.
But I don't
Yeah.
think Richardson versus Daniel Jones is kind of a toss-up. I didn't know that. Based on the preseason, I'm actually kind of shocked. But I don't think that changes my projection on Pittman.
Okay.
I still think
So
he's probably 12 to 13.
So you got Derek over under 116.
I got Derek over 116, and I think Chapin's is pretty accurate.
Okay. I'm opposite of that. I'm going Chapin, but I'm going both teams under the 118.
Oh, wow.
I'm going under their projections.
All right. Main reason they don't hit projections is?
For Derek, it's going to be mainly Hampton, and it's basically his running backs. It's Hampton and Jacobs.
Okay.
I don't know if Jacobs is going to get to that 14, and I don't know if Hampton is going to get to that 12.
Okay. Both are probably pretty touchdown dependent. That's a good point.
Yep. For Chapin, I don't think Caleb's going to get to the 19.5 against the Minnesota defense. If
H-Chan's
if H-Chan's dealing with this calf injury going into week 1, he's not hitting that 15.
No, probably not.
And like we said, we've talked about with Jefferson, that 14.4. JJ McCarthy, man, it could be really good, could be really bad. And DJ Moore's, I don't think he's hitting close to 11 points there.
Well, it's good. Yeah, if Caleb Williams isn't hitting his 19, DJ Moore's not going to hit his 11. So,
yep.
All right. So you've got Chapin, but both under.
Yep. I got Chapin both under.
All right. Cool. All right. So next matchup, we got returning reigning champ Seattle Crackheads, Michael versus Robbie Intentional Pounding. Off the bat, this is a joke, right? Mahomes versus Jackson. Yeah, and I know I keep going back to like Jackson's, the Buffalo-Baltimore game's going to be low, but like Lamar Jackson's insane. If he plays anywhere near the caliber he played last year, 4,000 yards, 41 touchdowns, he had another 900 and some odd on the ground.
Yep.
The guy's a baller. And Mahomes, if he gets the deep plays, maybe, right? He does get to have Rice, and if Rice plays like he did last year, that's cool. Kelsey's too busy with GQ. I don't expect anything out of Kelsey this year. I think Mahomes' points will really come down to where these play, if I was guessing at it.
Yep. What's he projected at, 21?
24.5. So they've
24.
got him at basically a 1.5 under Lamar Jackson.
Sorry, I'm just counting up something here.
Oh, you're good.
So he only went over 24 points 5 times last year.
Yeah, I don't. Was it against Scrubs too? I imagine.
When he did, he went huge. I will give him that. But I mean, like against Tampa Bay, he was 34 of 44 for 291 and 3 touchdowns.
So he played the Chargers twice last year. Can you see those matchups?
Let's see here. In week 14, he went against the Chargers, put up 17.2.
Okay.
24 of 37 for 210 and a touchdown. And then in week 4, he scored 17.9, was 19 of 29 for 245, 1-1.
So 17 to 18 points against the Chargers both games. Yeah. And that's kind of where I have him at in this one too. I think Jackson at 26 is fine. I just Mahomes over 20, I think, is incorrect.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially like we said, Friday game in Brazil, terrible ground.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then his number 1 trying to come back after he broke his knee last year. Thank you, Patty Mahomes, for that one. Good Lord. Yep. I felt super cursed last year. I don't think I could win after my wide receivers quarterback took his knee out. I should have known that was it.
Yep. Yeah, running backs, you got Chase Brown and Kamara against Montgomery and Robinson. Our defending champ is hurting at running back.
Yeah, good thing he just traded one away. Yeah, definitely Robinson with, he's trying to get that trade too. I don't know where his attitude's going to be, and I know that doesn't necessarily play a big part, but it seems like sometimes it does. I think the edge definitely goes to Brown and Kamara on this one. Montgomery has talent, obviously, but I think Gibbs is going to get the majority of the carries.
Yep.
And, well, though, I'll give you, Montgomery might get extra time depending on how bad they spank us. So the 9's probably accurate.
And he's a
Robinson
touchdown
at
scorer.
9. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Is they bring him in for, he's for touchdowns.
Yep.
I still give I think, honestly, though, I think the points on the running backs are pretty accurate. I like the matchup for Brown. And then we said already, Kamara is where they run the offense.
Yep. Definitely for Robbie's side, absolutely. Michael's side, I mean, who knows where Robinson ends up. If they trade him before week 1, that could be a really low number. Like, say,
well, especially if they give him the Jets, like you said, right? That would be 3 points.
Yeah, he'd dominate. Well, he'd dominate the touches, I would think. But what if he went to Dallas? Not that the Commanders are going to trade in division, but he'd
That
be the
changes
number
games,
1 in
though.
Dallas.
I think he would be killer in Dallas, though.
Yeah, he'd
I'm
be the number
surprised Dallas
1.
hasn't actually gone out and got a number 1 back. I think their team is good enough that a number 1 could push them into some contention. Yeah. Obviously, they'll blow it in the first round of the playoffs is what they do, but they could get there.
Yeah. So I'd definitely go Robbie over Michael at running backs for sure.
Certainly.
100%.
All right. So we're looking at wide receiver, and I think that's one of the easiest matchups we've seen all night.
Do you even need to talk about this?
No. Michael's got the edge. Yeah. Michael,
I mean, just look at those 3 names.
Yeah, this is insane. This is one hell of a wide receiver core.
Jamar Chase is being projected for more than Luther Burden and Marvin Mims combined.
Yeah, actually, he got them by a point.
Yeah, like that's.
Yeah, this is clearly where that's going to happen.
Yep. So we're not even.
But then we get to do
that.
something fun, and we get to roll down to tight ends, and we have the complete flip, right?
Yep, because that's Kittle, 110%.
Yep, absolutely. That like you mentioned, that offense is pretty beat up. So,
yep.
Especially if McCaffrey's leg gives out, Kittle will be the entire offense.
Don't you say that.
I know.
Don't put that in the world, man. Do not put that out again.
I'm sorry I did it. But I think that's it's kind of a toss up down here. It looks like we're all kind of struggling in the depth.
Yeah,
is Cam Scatterbo going to play? Because I know he's been having some injury trouble.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm assuming he will, because I know they haven't been playing him in the preseason game, so I'm assuming they're saving him for the regular season. That'd be my guess.
Be it, right?
Yeah, Rashad White, like he's splitting time with Bucky Irving, that's Bucky's backfield. Rashad White's now just a pass catching back.
Yeah.
Judy will put up numbers with Flacco. I have no doubt about that.
Yeah, I think the edge in flex goes to Michael just because of Jerry Judy.
See, I don't. I mean, he's got Zamir White, who's the 3rd or 4th running back.
Yeah, and I'm convinced this is not who's starting in the flex there.
I would, but I mean,
there's somebody else to play, right? Well, he's busted.
I mean, you got the rookie.
Okay, Achane doesn't go. Ollie Gordon's an option.
Yeah, he's an option, but that's a rookie. You got Lloyd's busted. Kareem Hunt's
there you go,
washed.
Xavier Legette, there we go.
Maybe that rookie from Williams from New England at wide receiver.
I think there's going to be a change. I'm pretty sure it's not Zamir White, or he did just make this move to get Arroyo, who is going to be the starting tight end in Seattle.
Yeah, so
I wouldn't be
shocked to see Arroyo over Schultz.
Well, I think he might. Well, he might. Okay, so that's possible. And given, we'll see what happens come week 1. Say he starts Arroyo over Schultz, and then he can put somebody else in for Zamir White, or he can put Schultz over Zamir White. Point is, he's got somebody that's not Zamir White. So that that 1 point.
I mean, he does have Taj Brooks. Yeah, but no, Taj Brooks not going to get in because that's Chase Brown's backfield. I was trying to think of who he could throw in at a flex spot. It's got to be Legette, Kyle Williams, or...
And Legette's not going to have a ton of attention on him either from the defense.
No, but I don't know if Legette's going to be...
Thielen and Coker?
Yeah,
I
I don't
think
think
Leggette's the 3, almost guaranteed. Coker looked
over
really
Coker.
good. Coker looked really good in the preseason, but I think Legette's just got the capital where he was drafted. That kind of gives him like that play. So I think Leggett will get it over Coker, which is heartbreaking because Coker is one of my favorite wide receivers. But yeah, I mean, he'll probably do better than Zamir White if we're just looking at stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And given he could pick somebody else up too. But definitely,
Yeah.
I expect there will be a change here. So definitely still going to give the advantage in flex over to Michael.
Yeah, I can see that.
And
Yeah, I
then,
mean, looking at Robbie's bench players, like, I mean, having this is why we'll do a show on Superflex because he's got Brock Purdy sitting on the bench.
right.
Michael's got Matthew Stafford sitting on the bench. You know, I have Trevor Lawrence sitting on the bench. Like, there's
I've got
no reason
Aaron Rodgers
not.
sitting on the bench.
Okay, yeah, it hurts you, but it's like this is
And
why
Joe
you have like
Flacco. I have Aaron Rodgers and Joe Flacco, average age of 41 on my
you have
bench.
like top 12 quarterbacks sitting on a bench spot, like just
Right.
wasting away. And that's why and well, like I said, we'll do a podcast on it. Superflex is like you're getting more stud players in your roster. Like, why wouldn't you want to do that?
That's right. You like points a lot.
I do like points.
Yeah. Offense wins championships in Chris's mind.
No, but we don't have defenses, so we can't do that.
Yeah, we don't have defenses. We'll do a whole episode on defenses. Individual
Okay.
defensive players. No, I'm just kidding. We're not doing that.
I would have loved it.
Kickers.
It's little. I think
Kickers aren't fun to talk about until you've got the guy that just drilled a 70-yarder.
Yeah, but I think Riker puts up more points. Even though they got little favored, I think Minnesota kicks more field goals.
What's a 70-yard field goal worth?
7 points.
7 points. Okay. I mean, think about it. If that was any indication of what Cam Little is, Jacksonville has to get either a touchback or 2 first downs, and they're in scoring position.
Yeah.
You got a guy that can drill 60 plus. He needs 2 field goals to break 10. Meh. I think Riker is probably the better play, but I got Cam Little over 10. I got him 13 points, Cam Little. So,
yeah, I mean, looking at Robbie, I mean, if you want to talk about kickers, he's got 3 of the better ones. He's got Cam Little, he's got Evan McPherson of Cincinnati, and Butker of Kansas City.
Hey, how come Tyler Warren's not in your lineup?
That's Robbie? What I want to know.
Yeah, we should.
Tyler Warren needs to
get
be
him in your
over.
Lineup. Yeah.
Oh, no, he's got Kittle.
No, I wouldn't put him over Kittle. No. Put him over Scatterbo. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yep.
Maybe it will too. Maybe we're just looking at rosters that are like, oh yeah, we'll get to it. Yeah. But definitely Tyler Warren should be in a lineup. That's cool. Lambert Smith, that'll be fun when he becomes who he is.
Yeah. He's shown a lot of promise in the preseason games. Trey Harris balled out in the last preseason game for the Chargers, so I like that. Quentin Johnson scares me with that concussion.
Yeah, now he's definitely not going to catch the ball. So
no.
Yeah,
and that's why he's riding my bench.
I'm just kidding. It's not nice to make fun of that, but that did not help him at all. Right? Definitely, that's a bad hit. So,
so hopefully he gets better. But
I think
so who you got?
They boost their rosters. I think it's going to go to Michael. If they don't boost the roster under 107, unless Lamar Jackson pops, this one probably goes 101.95, somewhere in there, because I think there's about 7 extra points on Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, I think they both go under, and I don't think either cracks 100.
Ooh, that's that counts as trash talk.
I think this is going to be the lowest scoring matchup of the week.
All right, there's your projection. Lowest scoring matchup of the week.
Yep, I think that's the lowest scoring matchup of the week.
But that's the beauty of it. Someone's getting a win. So,
yep. And going back to who we just got done with Chapin and Derek. We forgot to go over. So head-to-head for them throughout time.
We've been ignoring that for so much.
Yep, I forgot about that. So sorry, guys.
But this one's definitely worth mentioning because Chapin has never beat Derek's team.
Yep.
Ever.
Yep.
Even though Derek scored 88 points last time, Chapin could not get a win.
I'll give you one further. Chapin won the championship in year one, still couldn't beat this team in year one.
Still can't beat this team in year one.
Yep.
And to be fair, it wasn't Derek at the time, but even with a ring,
still
couldn't pull it off. At the height.
There's that.
At the height of Chapin. He could not beat this squad.
Going back previously to the Christian and Jimmy one. Christian's 3-1 in that head-to-head, even though Jimmy hasn't been here for all 4 years. Christian leads at 3-1. And then the one we just talked about with Robbie and Michael actually leads at 3-1 over Robbie.
3-1. And that it's interesting too. This week one matchup is almost like Sleeper decided to pick on some people. Outside of your matchup, it's 3-1, 3-1, 3-1, 3-1, 4-0. And then just you and Keith have the 2-2.
Yep.
So this is an interesting week that they've decided to maybe they made this rivalry week. This is the guy that whoops your ass regularly.
Yeah, and if you look at it like, all right, like Jimmy and Christian. Jimmy won the first one. Well, it wasn't Jimmy's team then, and then Christian won the last 3.
Yep.
You know, Robbie lost Robbie won the first 2 and then lost the last 2 versus Michael. You know, so it's kind of interesting. You won the first one the first 2 against Tyler and then lost 2 more in a row.
No, I'm 1-3. I won the first one.
You won the first one. No, you went 1-1 for the first.
Oh, did we?
You lost
split?
the first. Yeah, you lost the first one, won the second, and then lost 2 in a row.
That's embarrassing. But at least I didn't lose 3 in a row.
At least you didn't lose 3 in a row.
Until
Sunday.
And
so the final matchup is going to be the new guy, James, Mr. 6'8" himself, versus Tommy Boy.
This is James' first game, right?
Yep. Tommy, stop being so busy and get on the podcast.
Quit being so busy. Maybe he will have been on the podcast by now.
Maybe. All right. So going into quarterbacks, this is easily leaning towards Tommy. Easily.
Yeah. Unless, of course, Joe Burrow ends up on the ground.
Oh, their offensive line looks bad.
It's bad. It's really bad.
Yeah.
But definitely Burrow has the wide receivers. There's no question about it. I don't think there's a better wide receiver duo in the league.
No.
So try to name one.
Yeah, it's not Jefferson Addison.
Which is the one everyone would be thinking of.
I mean,
Maybe
Devontae.
Puka and Devontae is pretty good. I'll give you that.
AJ Brown, Devonta Smith is good.
But that quarterback's no good.
At
throwing.
CD and Pickens.
Oh,
that could be really good.
That's a good duo. Okay, so I'd still give the edge to Chase and Higgins, but yeah, certainly Lamb and Pickens is a good one. All right, but I think you're right. I think it's Burrow.
I think it's Burrow.
Although Baker's no schlub, he had quite a few touchdowns last year, so good enough to get himself a contract.
Cleveland defense, like outside of Myles Garrett, are they going to be able to do much? I don't know much about their secondary. That's the problem.
Outside of Myles Garrett, he can get through the line without blinking.
True, but I don't know how their secondary is going to hold up against T and Chase.
Yeah, that's going to be rough. I think you're right. I think it's Joe Burrow. I think it's closer than you think it is, though.
I don't think Baker's going to be at like 20 and Burrow's going to be at 35.
Right.
I could be wrong on that, but
I could
I
see a
don't think.
5-point delta, though. I could
Yeah.
see like 21, 26, 24, 29, somewhere in there.
Yep. So, I
Yeah.
mean, we'll figure a little bit more than that 1.5 difference there. Running backs, Connor's just rock steady since he's been with Arizona. Like, just steady. He never plays a full season, but he's always
But
steady.
when he's there,
ETN, I don't think ETN's getting 9 points.
I think Tootin's gonna cause some problems there.
I think Bigsby's
so-
a starter.
Yeah, but okay. Between Tootin and Bigsby, there's a lot of running backs, right?
Yep.
And I think that if I'm guessing, ETN's time in Jacksonville is coming to an end, maybe closer to over. I think between Bigsby and Tootin, I think they have plans.
Yeah,
So
I
they
do
kind of
too.
maybe want to see what they've got going on there. So unless ETN is just blowing it up, I think there's a reason they have running backs behind him. I don't think the intent is to keep ETN. So, yeah, I could see him not getting the 9. Walker, I could see going over, though. Well,
The key is if he stays healthy.
well, yeah, but
He
it's one
just
game,
returned to
so-
practice, but he has never played a full season ever.
Right. But game 1, I'm not saying forever Walker's going to pull it off, but then Charbonnet's also in there too. So that's kind of where they could split time. 9 could be accurate. 9,
Yeah.
almost 10. Between 9 and 11, yeah, I think that's pretty accurate,
Yep.
actually.
Yeah.
I think the
Go
edge, though,
over
I
if
think
he
the edge,
scores.
obviously. But yeah, exactly right. If he gets the tud, I think Tommy's got the advantage, though, in running backs.
Yep. I do as well.
Certainly.
I mean, Bucky's going to be a stud, I think.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And then the complete flip.
Yeah, receivers. This is partly my fault.
Yeah, this looks like it might be possibly your fault.
This is partly
I see
my
multiple
fault.
people that were I see 3 people in here that were on your squad. Or did you have Laporta in a different league?
No, I had Laporta. So
yeah, so
there's
Puka,
3 players,
Flowers, and Laporta.
which is funny because I actually got Laporta from Tommy. Tommy drafted him.
Oh, the irony.
Yep. So, but do we even need to talk about the wide receiver matchup here?
No, it goes. No, it goes to James. I'm not. No. Tight ends, I give the edge to Laporta. I think
Just so
Kelsey's head
everybody-
somewhere else.
Yeah, not to interrupt. Just so you don't know, James rocking with CeeDee Lamb, Puka Nacua, Zay Flowers versus Tommy's Mike Evans, Roma Dunze, and Jaden Reed. It's definitely James.
Yeah, for sure. And again, like I said, tight end though, I'm going James as well. I think Laporta's got the edge over Kelsey. Kelsey, outside of until Rice went down last year, Kelsey was a bum. And
I think
the reason he's not on my team anymore.
This will be a hot take. I think Kelsey scores over that 8 points in week 1.
Whoa.
I
All
think he
right.
scores a touchdown against the Chargers because I think Mahomes and him are fired up from not getting the 3-peat. And Kelsey
Okay.
saying that basically he played like ass last year and was not in the best shape.
I would agree.
I think they're going to try to get
last year.
Yeah. I think they're going to try to get Kelsey going. So I think Kelsey actually takes the edge over Laporta in this one.
All right. Interesting.
Detroit's offense scares me, man. Losing Ben Johnson, like, I don't know how it's going to play out.
Laporta's going to get catches and outdo Kelsey. That's how it's going to play out. I have zero faith in the Green Bay Packers our defense to stop the offense of Detroit.
Yeah, but that means that's going to go to Amon-Ra, Gibbs, and Jamison Williams.
Oh, no. Everyone's going to score. It's going to be great. It's going to be a coming out party for the entire Detroit offense.
Okay. All right.
I'll just bash us. So eventually maybe maybe I'll put the wrong juju out there and they'll flip it to show me and I'll be happy.
There you go. So, yeah, I'm leaning Kelsey in that matchup.
Yep. All right. Where are you at on Andrews? Are you still hot on Mark Andrews or have you finally come over to the dark side?
I still like Andrews. I don't know if I like Andrews projected for 9.3.
I don't. Not at all.
I think if he scores, he'll smash that.
Oh, sure.
But
Well, it's not
it
much of a road
depends.
from there.
But what's going on with Isaiah Likely? Is he still injured? So I haven't heard, other than he got injured in preseason, like in training camp, I haven't heard anything about him.
Well, so if he's not
So
there, that definitely gives an edge to Mark Andrews.
yes, and that's Lamar's guy is Mark Andrews. Always has
He doesn't
been.
have a guy, I don't think. He just throws the ball to whoever. I'm pretty sure they have like the water boy playing it multiple times or something. One day we'll find out who Lamar Jackson threw 41 touchdowns to.
Yeah.
One day we'll find out.
Again, this is another team with Tommy that's rolling with 2 tight ends in their starting roster. Like, I don't know if I would roll with that.
Well, let's see. So if say, do you give the edge to Kelsey or Andrews? Kelsey, right?
Kelsey. Yep.
Okay. So if we're not running with Mark Andrews,
looking at Tommy's bench, honestly, and this may sound crazy, I'm putting in Jerome Ford in a flex spot.
Really?
He's going to be the starter in Cleveland because Judkins still hasn't signed a contract and hasn't touched a football since college.
Okay.
I don't think they're going to run out a rookie, 3rd round pick or 4th round pick in Dylan Sampson over Jerome Ford.
All right.
So I think the Ford is going to be your starter.
The 4.28 that Jerome Ford is projected, you think that's low then?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, look at his scores from last year. Week 1 versus Dallas, 15.9.
Oh, I remember him.
Yeah. Vegas, he put up 12. I mean, that's like 6 pointers right there. Kansas City, he put up 19.4, and against Cincinnati, he put up 21.6.
21.6. Yeah, we're looking at it right now. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. There's definitely some credit to what you're saying.
So I would throw Ford in to that flex spot over
Mark Andrews and bench Mark Andrews. Okay, cool.
Yep.
I mean, I'm not against it. I think Mark Andrews is, my feelings on Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
But he's got potential. He'll have some games, but I feel like he's 100% a coin flip.
So say this was your team, would you start Kelsey or Andrews at tight end?
Andrews, but that's because I have no faith in Kelsey anymore.
Okay. But either way, you'd still put Ford in a flex spot over either one of them.
If 100%, I knew he was going to start. Yeah. If Ford was announced the starter, 100%, I put a running back in over a tight end. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because he doesn't have much else on his bench. Sleeper, for some reason, when you're just doing the matchup, it doesn't show you like any of the taxi squad people. So looking at the mobile app, he's got Michael Penix on a taxi squad. That's
awesome.
He's got Jatavian Sanders, a tight end, on a taxi squad. He's got Woody Marks, the rookie for Houston, on a taxi squad.
Yeah, not Woody Marks from the 50s.
Yeah, he's got
that
Isaiah
sounds
Bond.
Like a 50s name. Oh, really?
Yep, he's got Isaiah Bond, who just signed with Cleveland. And he also has Shedeur Sanders on his taxi squad.
Oh, dude, Shedur's going to be big. Shedur's going to be big.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope that he's not big before week 6, but it's going to be hard to keep him off. I think it's Joe Flacco's job right now, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't be surprised if Sanders took over it. Not at all.
Yeah. See, and then looking at James's team for the flex spots, I don't like that he has Higgins and Kirk in there.
And we had this talk, and everyone says they're not a homer. But James, I'm calling it. I do the same thing with the Green Bay wide receivers, and it burns me all the time. Yep. Right? I think Jaden Higgins is the play. I mean, I love Jaden Higgins. I wish I would have picked him up. I should have grabbed him a little bit earlier. Christian Kirk. I think the edge goes to Higgins. If I was to pull one of them and look, with that said, oh boy,
I can
see why he has it.
I'd go Tank.
Take Bigsby, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'd go Tank. We just talked about ETN in the previous matchup. I'd go tank.
Yeah. And the thing is, too, when you have this is back to the same thing we said with New Orleans, right? Where they're looking 7 points. One of the wide receivers is going to get it. It's just which wide receiver is going to get it. It's going to be hard when you're playing a rookie and Christian Kirk. So, and then Fairbairn. How many Texans are on here, James?
He's got 4, just the bottom 3 there, and then the first bench spot at CJ Stroud.
Oh man, that's the only Texan you didn't play, CJ Stroud. Okie dokie.
Yep.
That adds up. I like it. I like the confidence in Baker. I love it. Way more confidence than the Browns or the Panthers had in him.
So, but that brings up an interesting point, though. You have CJ Stroud on his bench projected at 19.7 against the Rams, or Baker against Atlanta. Who would you roll with?
Baker.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, Baker has a guy named Mike Evans that plays on his team.
True.
And I mean, is anyone more true and like a sure thing than Mike Evans? So
no,
there's something to be said about that's the thing. Has Jamar Chase ever had a season where he didn't get 1,000 yards? I'm pretty sure he has.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure his rookie year.
Yeah, so his rookie year, and if he didn't, again, this is fact now. Jamar Chase's rookie year, he didn't get 1,000 yards. Mike Evans had 1,000 yards every single year of his career.
Yep,
it's freaking outrageous. So yeah,
he almost didn't last year
on that one. Yeah, they took care of him.
Yeah, I think he had 1,004 or something like that. 1,000.
Yeah, it was low. If you get close to, they're going to make sure he gets it.
Oh, for sure.
So definitely with Aaron Jones, I think I'm giving the flex over here to Tommy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think, and Aaron Jones at 9 is I think that's kind of low.
Yeah.
He just has so many more things he can do.
But I think Jordan Mason's going to eat into that.
He's supposed to.
That's what I think. I think Jordan Mason's going to eat into that.
Yeah, it's quite possible. All right. But still,
and
I think
kickers, it's Dicker the kicker, 100%.
You just want to say Dicker the kicker?
Fairbairn. Yep, Dicker the kicker, 100% over Fairbairn.
Even in the crappy,
yep,
even in Brazil,
100%.
Even on the crappy turf?
100%. Yep, 100%.
All right. I think based on everything we've said about that game, we would go to Fairbairn.
Nope. Dicker the kicker. Rolling with Dicker. Right.
Well, so this is supposed to be our tight matchup, right? 49-51. 115, 114. Which way are you going?
I'm going Tommy taking it. No. Nope.
I was going to say we're going to argue again.
No. Oh, God, this is a toss-up. This is hard. I'm going to go Tommy.
I'm going James, and I think it all comes down to wide receivers. I'm expecting big games and James to come out the first game and pull it off. Under's kind of rough. I think I agree with a lot of the scores, but I think the wide receivers will score more than they are. So I'm going to go just over 114. Just over.
Okay. I'm going to go both under.
Ooh, okay. With the win going
reason I say that is looking at CeeDee Lamb, who I think is an absolute stud, against Philadelphia last year in week 10. Now, granted, I think Dak was injured last year.
Wasn't it the other guy?
Yeah, but he was 6 catches for 21 yards and 5.4 fantasy points.
Let's see. Yeah, so we're looking at that. here. Yeah, 5.4 projected 13.
And
But
then
they
he didn't
also
play in week
played-
17.
He didn't play in week 17. So, yeah. But I mean, like, the idea of him going over 13 is not bonkers. He's got 1, 2, 3, 33 points against San Francisco. 4, 5, 6, 7 games last year over 13.
Yeah. But then looking back at 2023 against Philly and
Oh, he
week
wasn't
9,
full-blown CeeDee Lamb by then.
week 9 he put up 22-6, and
Oh,
then
maybe
in
he
week
was.
14 he put up 16-1.
All right, so with Dak, he has a tendency to do better. All right. Yeah, I like him. I like him to go over on that one too. So,
Yeah. But yeah, I think both will be under. I don't think either one of them, because there's too many question marks with their starting rosters as they are now. I don't think, Higgins, Kirk in the flex spots for James, and who knows what Tommy's going to get from Jaden Reed and Rome Odunze at their wide receiver spots.
that's the
And
thing.
then
And
having
Jaden
Andrews in the
Reed's
flex.
hurt too right now. So, we're not sure what's up with him.
I think both are going under their projected scores.
All right.
I think Tommy's going to pull it out, but I'm going under.
All right. Well, that covers all our matchups, Chris.
Yeah, so going through those, your projections, what you think, who are the top 3 scorers of the week?
You, Christian, and I think I had Chapin over. Let's find a wild card. No, it's you, Chapin, and Keith.
Okay.
Not you, Chapin and Keith. Sorry, Chapin. I'm taking another shot at you. You and Christian and Keith. Commish.
Okay.
Gangrene. Failboat captain. There.
All right. So I would agree with those same 3. And I think, which matchups do you think is actually going to be the closest?
Which matchup actually is the tightest? Derek and Chapin, probably.
You think that's going to be the tightest one? I think it's going to be me and Keith.
You think?
I think so.
I can tell you who's going to get biggest blowout. That one I can.
Anybody that plays you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Congrats, Tyler.
I just look at what Saquon did when I played him last year. Like, he put up 40 plus, I think, in both times I played him.
That's rough.
So,
I mean, yeah, that's going to be a rough one for you guys if it is tight.
Yeah.
Because the odds are that you guys might have, the odds are you'll have 2 of the top 3 scores.
Damn, what sucks is I play him again in week 12.
Maybe get a revenge game. I think you're going to win that one, though.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
It depends on CMC. You're right. We will see.
It really does depend on CMC.
All right. Well,
Nice.
we've gone well into this one. So,
yeah. So this is a longer episode, guys. I mean, we're at basically an hour and a half. We'll edit out some of it, obviously. This is kind of what we're thinking we'll do. You want to try to do these maybe every week, but go through them faster during each week?
Yeah, we'll certainly sprint through a little faster. This one we really want to spend some time breaking down like thoughts on everything. As we go into the next episodes, right? Like we're looking at stuff we don't need to talk about. He's got Jamar Chase. Okay, well we put our thoughts on Jamar Chase out there. Unless something crazy going on. Jamar Chase broke his toe, I don't know, riding an escalator or something, right? There's not going to be too much of a change in the thoughts. So I think as it goes on, I think it'll become a lot more fluid, obviously.
Yeah, and I think just going through doing the weekly recaps, that shouldn't take too long to buzz through and see where we're right, where we're wrong, who surprised us, who didn't. And then from that, we just flow really quickly into the following week's matchups and just give our who you think standout player is, who you think is going to win it, and just try to predict our top 3 each week and go from there.
Certainly. And if anybody wants to argue about the points we made, it is YouTube, so you can leave comments down below. They do this. Yep. Leave comments down below. Yeah, leave comments
Please
and,
do.
and argue, right? Feel free to put your picks in there. And let's have a debate about it. If you think me and Chris are crazy out to lunch or we took too many shots at your team, tell us.
And the funny thing is, this gives everybody else an insight of something that you and I do almost every day. We talk fantasy football.
Yeah, we talk about you guys a lot. Just so everyone.
So we're not going to drop any names. Chapin. But
thanks for the sandwich.
This is what we do. And this is why, again, going back to the whole creating the YouTube page and the podcast was to have these conversations with people, to get everybody involved. I know I've been in a lot of fantasy football leagues. I'm sure, Rob, you've been in others as well, where the commissioner is like, oh, this is my league.
Right.
This
Iron
isn't my
fist
league.
deal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, this is our league. We're going to be in this for years to come, so this is everybody's league. So I want everybody involved in this. So if you have topics, if you have questions that you want answered, if you have, you want to do a call out on somebody, call them out and see what we can do. Try to tweak the schedules and get some rivalries going. We're going year 4. So we're almost a half decade. Next year will be a half decade in this league.
Half a decade.
Yep.
That's fast.
So let's get this going. Everybody, let's get involved, have some fun. Yeah, I know I'm all about league activity, and it's not necessarily trades, although I dominate in the trades. League activity to me is not just trades. It's being in the group chat, pop in, get to know people. That's what I want. I want this kind of league to be almost like a fantasy football family, have fun. You can rip on each other, just talk shit, or just say, hey, life kind of sucks, right? Yeah, life's kind of busy right now. I'll pop back in, in a week or two or whatever. It's all right, cool. I'll send 2 messages in September. You might hear from me again in December, and then you won't hear from me again until the draft. Like, that's not the shit that I want. Like, I want people involved. That's the whole point of Dynasty.
We need friends.
We need friends. We need friends. But yeah, no, Rob, I'm looking forward to watching week 1 with you. It's been a long time since we actually watched football together.
Yeah, it's going to be, it has been a long time.
It's been a long time.
So very excited for it.
We'll have to get some barbecue or throw something on the smoker.
I do love barbecue.
Yeah, we do love barbecue.
Carolina barbecue's fire, everyone, just so you know. And South Carolina dominates, so don't listen to them.
South Carolina is really good barbecue.
Yeah, don't listen to them Northerners. They don't know what they're talking about.
Oh, North Carolina barbecue is really good too, though.
It's fine.
It's fine. Better than Texas barbecue.
Everything's, well, no, KC barbecue's the worst. This is a bad debate. Okay, moving on.
We'll have another one of those. But anyway, guys, hope you had fun. Again, sorry this is a little bit longer of an episode. But yeah, I just wanted to get out there and do the week 1 preview and go through everybody's rosters. There's plenty of moves to be made. We're filming this early. I will drop it before the season starts, so you can actually make trades before, because some of you, which we discussed, you need it.
It'll be actually funny to see if people make a bunch of changes and this drops and they're like, why don't I have that guy anymore?
Right? That'd be hilarious. I just want to see if maybe people will actually heed some advice and not start 2 tight ends in their starting roster. We'll see.
Maybe take Chris' advice. Don't take my advice. I'm a wild card. Chris wins games. I apparently don't. This is my year.
I win games. I don't win championships. So take that as you will.
Yeah, you're like the Green Bay Packers.
I was going to say, I'm the Chargers of fantasy football.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah. But on that note, guys, thanks for tuning in. Rob, thanks for joining again.
Absolutely.
Going through this long thing. It's always fun. And you guys watch the YouTube channel, leave some comments, let us know what you think. Peace out until next time. See ya.
Bye.
Steve's 1C3, we're coming in. Bring it.
All right, one day it's going to work out. Take care, everyone.
See ya.